हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, मैं आप सभी का वेलकम करता हूं वी स्टडी ऑल के यूट्यूब चैनल पर, जहां पर आपको मैथ्स और साइंस पढ़ाया जाता है विदाउट फियर और होगा आपको हर कंसेप्ट एकदम क्लियर। चलिए इसी टैगलाइन के साथ स्टार्ट करते हैं। क्लास 8 अ न्यू चैप्टर। द नेम ऑफ चैप्टर इज ग्राफ एंड इन दिस वीडियो आई एम गोइंग टू teach you the introduction of graph. After go through with this introduction, you all are able to give the answers. Like the key objective of this chapter is that in class 8 that student can understand or able to give answer of what is rectangular or Cartesian coordinate of axis, definition and notation of coordinates, convention of signs, quadrants like first quadrants, second quadrants, third quadrants, and four quadrants, and coordinates of any point on y-axis and the coordinates of any point on x-axis. These two concept is very important for class 8. Okay, so let's start this video right now here. So the first objective and the first topic of this chapter, here it is, rectangular or Cartesian coordinate axis. So let's break this. Two lines like x dash ox and y dash oy taken together are called coordinate axes. What is the meaning of this? So my dear student, the meaning of this is that if we have one vertical line, straight vertical line, and one horizontal line like this, okay, and both, then this vertical lines, this point let's say is y, and this point on this line segment is y dash. Here this point is known as x dash, and here this point is known as x. Then this point of intersection between both the lines is called O. And you can see here these two lines are intersect each other at right angle. So they are called mutually perpendicular to each other. The angle between them is 90 degree and the point of intersection is known as O, and we called it origin. We called it origin. And okay, so now we can say x dash o x, y dash o y, y taken together are called coordinate axes. Is it clear to everyone? And this plane, now this whole plane is known as Cartesian plane. Is it clear to everyone now? When two straight lines mutually perpendicular to each other and intersect at one point, then these two lines form coordinate axis. Okay, so here this vertical line is known as here y-axis, and this horizontal line is known as here x-axis. Is it clear to everyone? Good. Now I will tell you the point O called origin, and the coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. It is very important for you. You always have to be remember what are the coordinates of origin. So my dear students, the coordinates of origin is 0, 0. Make it important note for you. What are the coordinates of origin? The coordinates of origin is 0, 0. Clear. So here a point whose abscissa is x and whose ordinates is y is designated by the notation small bracket open x comma y small bracket close. So now I will explain you this thing in more details. What is abhishesha and what is ordinate. So here what you learn now, the notation of coordinates. First thing, so the notation of coordinates is very simple. First we have to apply small bracket. Then what we have to write here? We have to write here horizontal distance. Horizontal distance from origin. From origin. Then what we have to write here? After a comma, vertical distance from origin. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Now what is the meaning of this horizontal distance? This horizontal distance is known as x coordinate. Comma, and this vertical distance is known as y coordinate. Now small bracket close. Now again one more thing, this x coordinate has other name is abhishesha. Comma, and this y coordinates has other name is ordinate. Is it clear to you students? What is abhishesha and what is ordinate? Now I will explain in more details how can you draw horizontal distance and how can you find the x coordinates and y coordinates on a rectangular or Cartesian coordinate axis. So for that I'll take, this is vertical line, straight vertical line, and this is straight horizontal line. And my dear students, you can see here very clearly both the lines intersect each other at this point, and this point is represented by O, and we called it origin. We called this point origin, and the coordinates of origin is 0, 0. And this point is known as y, and this point is known as y dash. This point here known as x, and this point is known as x dash. So this horizontal line is my x-axis, and this line is known as y-axis. Okay, is it clear to everyone? So now I will tell you, if in this Cartesian coordinate axis or rectangular coordinate axis, we can also call it rectangular coordinate axis. So if in this coordinate axis I take one point here, and let's say this point is P, and I have to find the coordinates for this point. I have to find abhishesha and ordinates for this point. I have to find horizontal distance from origin for this point. So how can I find? So for finding the distance, first from this point P, I have to draw a perpendicular on y-axis. Then from this point I have to draw a perpendicular on x-axis. Okay, what is the meaning of perpendicular? The angle which here will be 90 degree, and the angle here will be 90 degree. Okay, my dear students. Now if I am saying that this distance it cuts at point A here and it cuts at point B here. So you can see here APBO is a rectangle. Is a rectangle. Is it clear to everyone, my dear students? I hope this thing is clear to everyone. Now you can see the coordinates of origin is 0, 0. So let start finding what is the distance. This is the horizontal distance, and if I say this distance is a unit here, maybe a centimeter, b centimeter, it may be any distance, and I'm saying it a centimeter. And in the same fashion, if I'm taking from origin, this is the vertical distance, and this vertical distance I say b unit. In centimeter, unit means it may be in centimeter or meter or kilometer. Okay, now if this is a unit, then in according to the property of rectangle, the opposite side is always equal, so it is also a unit here. Am I right? And this is the vertical length and this is the vertical length. If this vertical length is b unit, then this length is also b unit here. Am I clear to everyone now? So now we have to write the coordinates of P. Coordinates of point P. So for that we need two things. One is horizontal distance. So you can see this is horizontal distance. Horizontal distance. From here to here, this is horizontal distance and it is a unit. So the coordinate of this point is a. The x coordinate is a, then comma we apply, and this is called here vertical distance. From here to here, it is known as vertical distance. From the origin, and this is b unit. So the second coordinate or y coordinate is b. So the P has two coordinates a and b. Here a is known as abhishesha, and b is known as here ordinate. I hope it is clear to you. Abhishesha is also called x coordinate and ordinate is also called y coordinate. I think you now understand how to locate a point and how to find the coordinates of any point in this region. Now let's move this topic further. So the next topic we will discuss to here is quadrants or convention of sign. We will teach you first. Convention of sign. It is a very easy topic, my dear student, very easy topic. You just only have some knowledge about number line. So let's draw two lines here like this. One horizontal line and one vertical line. What we know about them? We know about this. The point of intersection here is known as O. This is known as x dash. This point is known as x. This point is known as y, and this point is known as y dash. And this is the line x dash o y, x dash o y, and this line is x dash o x, and both intersect at point O at 90 degree. So this is known as rectangular coordinate axis. Now we have to understand what is the convention of sign. So for convention of sign, this is the right side. right side of horizontal line. So all distance will be taken here will be positive. This is from here to here. This is above from the origin. Above from the origin. So all distance will be measured here will be positive also. They will be positive. It is a left side of origin. So here we will measure all the distance with negative signs. They have negative sign, and it is called below origin. So below origin all distance will be have negative sign. All measurements have negative sign, and this is known as convention of sign. Is it clear to everyone? I will explain one more time. When we move to right side, the distance will be positive. When we move left side, have negative sign. From the origin, when we move up, we may have positive sign, and when we move down, then we have negative sign. Now clear? Yes. Now move further. What is the next topic we have now? We have quadrants. Next topic we have quadrant. What is the quadrant? And the definition of this is that the coordinate axis separate the plane into four regions called quadrants. I'll show you how. If this is one vertical line and this is second vertical line, so this is our coordinate axis. Yes or no, my dear students? This diagram is known as our coordinate axis. Here this is the origin O, this is x dash x, or this is x dash, this is y, and this point is y dash. Okay, so here this is known as first quadrant. This is known as second quadrant. This is known as third quadrant. And this is known as fourth quadrant. Clear, my dear students? Is any problem you have now? I think no. So in first quadrant, the x coordinate is positive and the y coordinate is also positive. In second quadrant, x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive. In third quadrant, both coordinates are negative. In fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. Clear? So when in first quadrant we are saying that both coordinates are positive, then it has one more explanation of this thing. The one more explanation for this thing is that here x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. In second quadrant, x is negative, it means that x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0. In second quadrant, x is negative and y is positive. In third quadrant, both the coordinates are negative. It means that x is less than 0 and y is also less than 0. In fourth quadrant, we can say that x is positive and y is negative, it means that x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0. Clear? So from here the concept is that if coordinate is positive, uh, positive coordinate, it may be x coordinate or y coordinate. Wait, y coordinate. So the meaning is that if both are positive, then x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. Okay. So it also means that this coordinate lies to the right side of origin. Right side to the origin. Lie. And this above the origin. Clear? Now next thing is that if negative coordinates we have, for negative coordinates, it also have two possibilities. It may be a x coordinate or y coordinate. If it is x coordinate, then it is less than 0, and it is y coordinate is also less than 0. Then x coordinate lies left side to the origin, or y coordinate below origin. Clear? So it means that I will show you this with the help of graph. X coordinate always lie here and the y coordinate always lie here if it is negative. And here you can see, in that case, x coordinate, because positive, it always lie here, and the y coordinate is always lie here when x coordinate is positive or y coordinate is positive. For positive coordinates, all positive coordinates lies on this side and all positive coordinates of y lie on here. For negative coordinates, all x coordinates lie on this, and you can say that x dash o or y dash o. This is known as o y dash and this is known as o x dash. Clear? And you can say that o x and o y. This is o and this is y. This is o and this is x. Is it clear now? Now we have one more point. Coordinates of any point on x-axis. So this is the last topic. I think one more topic is left after this. For that, I'll just draw x-axis. This is our x-axis here. Let's say this is the point O, this is x and this is x dash. Okay, my dear students, and here we measure all negatives and here we measure all positives. Clear? If I take any point here, this is any point P, and we have to find the coordinate of this point. So this point have two things. One is horizontal distance, horizontal distance from origin, and vertical distance from origin. So from here to here, this is the horizontal distance. We can say, I can say from the origin and up to P, this is the horizontal distance, and I can say that it is A again. Okay, so I can say this point have horizontal distance. So the horizontal distance is here A unit, but the vertical distance, it does not have any vertical distance, so that will be 0. So the coordinate of this point is A comma 0. And if I'll take this point here to the left side, then it again have two things to explain. One is horizontal distance from origin and vertical distance from origin. So my dear student, you can see here clearly from here to here. If this point is P dash now, so let's say this is a negative A unit. I assume that is that horizontal distance is A unit and it have negative sign. So it have a horizontal distance that will be negative A unit, and but don't have any vertical distance. This is again 0. So the coordinate of this point is negative A comma 0. So from this explanation, it is clear that on x-axis y coordinate is always 0. On x-axis y coordinate is 0. So note that this point on x-axis y coordinate, I don't have space here. Make a space here for that. Yeah. So now on x-axis y coordinate is 0. Always remember this thing in your mind. This is a very little concept, but it have a massive use from 8th standard to 12th standard and furthermore. Now the next concept is that coordinate of any point on y-axis. So again, I first explain the note point here. The note point is that on y-axis, the x coordinate is 0. I'll show you how. So this is our rectangular coordinate axis or Cartesian coordinate axis or Cartesian plane, and let's label it. That is y. This point is origin 0 O, and this is y dash, this is x, and this is x dash. Okay, now if I'll take any point here, so it has two things again to explain. You can say the horizontal distance. So the horizontal distance here is 0, but the vertical distance vertical distance. For vertical distance, you can see from origin to this point Q. Let's say this unit is A. This is A unit and it is positive because it is above the x-axis. Is it clear? So let's say this is A. So we have this is A. Why it does not have any horizontal distance? Because if I want to move from here and then move here, then this is known as horizontal distance, na? But if the point lie here, I can't move from this anywhere in a horizontal manner. And if I have any point here, then again it has two things to explain. One is horizontal distance, that is 0 here, and second is vertical distance, and that is if from here to here I say that is B unit, so it will be negative B and it is Q dash point. So the coordinate of this point here, is 0 comma A, and the coordinates of Q dash here 0 comma 0 comma negative A. Is it clear to everyone? So this is the introduction of coordinate graph. So let's move to the first point. Now my dear students, you all are able to give and explain what is the Cartesian coordinate axis, definition and notation of coordinates, convention of sign, quadrants, the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant, and coordinates of any point on the y-axis and coordinates of any point on the x-axis. So if you like the explanation, so please don't forget to comment and give your suggestions. Your comment give me the motivation to make the content like this for you in future. So thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and we study all. Thank you.